knowledge asset management. Many people have heard of money asset management, or just asset management in general. But basically what we're talking about today is managing your knowledge and your pieces of knowledge as assets. Most people have never looked at their knowledge this way, and kind of help to see yourself in a different way and see what you invest in terms of training, certifications, and seminars in a totally different perspective. So basically this all rests on one premise, that specialized knowledge is more valuable than generic knowledge. For example, if you are a, say, internet marketer or architect or business manager, the knowledge that you gain related to architecture or business management or internet marketing is going to be far more valuable than if you memorized, pi out to 30 figures. That's general knowledge. Or if you memorize the capital of every country in the world, that might be great for a trivia game, but it's general knowledge. It's not specialized to being an architect or a business manager or an internet marketer, so it's relatively worthless. So with that said, if you recognize that specialized knowledge can be potentially 10 times, 100 times, even 1,000 times more valuable than general knowledge, then basically your goal would be to create as much specialized knowledge as possible and learn as little general knowledge as possible that's relevant to your career or business. And if you look at knowledge as an asset, and you know that businesses are always trying to grow their assets, and assets are worth money. That's what the term asset actually means, is a unit of something that actually has a dollar value. Then you can set up a plan to grow your knowledge over time in a way that positions yourself as a very valuable individual. For example, there's many people who have a ton of specialized knowledge, and they might write a book, and maybe they make $20,000 a year off selling that book. But there's other people that have the same amount of specialized knowledge, but because they're good at speaking, they're good at writing, they're good at writing books, writing in a blog, they're good at networking and promoting themselves, their knowledge is really seen as a much greater asset because they position themselves so much better. Another way to look at this and benefit from this perspective is to look at where you invest your money. Right now, if you're debating on joining a master's program, maybe an MBA in marketing, or you're looking at perhaps attending seminars that are on your industry. If you work in, say, the oil and gas industry, and there's some oil and gas industry seminars and conferences that charge $2,000 to attend, and you're looking at that versus, say, an MBA, which might cost $30,000, versus maybe your job is to do, business management with an oil and gas company, and you could take a certification program or training seminars in a small group that gives you training in exactly how to do business management within the oil and gas industry. That later option would be the most relevant because it's the most specific to what you're looking to learn. In other words, if you have two options, and one of them is to gain knowledge which is roughly related to your area, and another option is to gain knowledge which is laser focused on what you're trying to do, the skill you're trying to obtain, or the job you're trying to get, then you're much better off focusing on that more specialized knowledge, more specific knowledge to your niche. And while it might seem like common sense, the key takeaway here is that most people overlook how important this really is. And the way to build your specialized knowledge the fastest is by investing your time for an hour or two every single day in growing that specialized knowledge. If you're trying to become an expert internet marketer, then every single day you should be learning about SEO, AdWords, persuasive writing and copywriting, psychology of influence, marketing fundamentals, marketing best practices, listening to marketing interviews. Every single day you should be absorbing knowledge like a sponge within that little specialized niche, and that way over just a period of 2 to 3 years you'll become a real expert in that space. So thank you for joining us here today. Hope you benefited from this video, and again, this is from businesstraining.com, where you can double your qualifications and boost your income.